gorgeous evening. And a little Palo Santo. Be right back. And I'm back. Okay. It's so funny because when I do my editing, it's like, hi. Okay, so anyway, how y'all doing? If you are new, welcome. If you are a return, thank you. Either way, thank you. I am Dee. I am your nurse. I'm your travel agent. I am your big sister. I am your company for the time being. I am your personal trainer. I'm gonna say physical therapist, right? Your personal trainer and your self-care advocate. Father God, in the name of Jesus, thank you so much for this beautiful day and giving us this opportunity to just pause and to be with you and to honor you. We thank you for the blessing of this life that you have provided us, this adventure that we call life. We thank you for our ancestors. We thank you for their guidance, their protection, their wisdom, and their sacrifices of all those who came before us that wish us well. We thank you for the archangels for being on assignment, for accepting the assignment to deliver messages to us, to protect us, to heal us, and do all that angels do. We love you, we praise you, and we return any negative, evil eye, intentions, prayers, anything that is not of you back to sender 10 times fold. Please enjoy all of that. And on that note, may the church say, amen. How y'all doing? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sleepy, but I'm going to wake up real quick. Don't even worry about it. So let's get right into it. I had the audacity. I don't even know how many miles we rode, but we went to the city and we rode bikes in 90-degree weather, which was beautiful and challenging at the same time. Okay, for real. We survived, but came home and politely passed out. Straight up. So, happy Thursday on that note. And again, if you are new, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to get to know me. And let's move on to our blessed 7 with our keep calm and trust God cards. Okay. I will intuitively pull some scriptures and then we'll move on to our other inspiring decks. Be strong and of good courage, for the Lord your God. Let's start it over because I feel like I read that wrong. You know I'm in this candlelight, so I'm gonna do the best I can. Oh, I didn't light one of my candles. Okay. Be strong and of good courage, for the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, you will reap a harvest of blessing. Galatians 6:9. It's easy to get discouraged in doing what's good when you see so many corrupt individuals in your midst. But remember, my loves, you are in the world, not of it. So just like karma is going to find anyone and everyone that has done whatever they have done, Dharma into will find you. Nobody's devoid of karma, though. I mean, even if you didn't know, I think there's varying degrees of karma. I've reaped karma, you know. Karma could come in the form of lack of self-care, lack of self-love, allowing things to be put before you has consequences, right? If you don't care for your temple, the consequences is poor health, right? And ignorance of anything does not negate the consequences. You will still have to endure. But the hopes is that once you know better, you inherently do better. Oh yeah, that candle's like, I'm done. Stop playing with me. Okay. I'll get another candle. I got a candle habit, y'all. I got a candle habit, a Florida water habit, an incense habit. All right. An explosion. Explosion of kites. Okay. Since you're the only lone card out there, aside from the explosion, I'll take you. How about that? May the Lord direct your hearts into God's love and Christ's perseverance. 2 Thessalonians 3:5. Jesus said, I am with you always to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. Yeah, I got to get another candle. I'll be looking at them. I'm like, yeah, they got one more go in them. And they're like, no, not really. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 candles out here. And one of them no, I got more than 5. What am I talking about? No, it's 5. It's usually 6. One candle was like, so, not the candle, but me. Nothing is ever truly lost. Why do I say that? A couple of videos, I thought that I had either thrown some things away, given some things away, and lo and behold, I was wrong both times. Which I knew. I'm like, there's no way I gave away a bunch of stuff accidentally, and there's no way I could have thrown away something like the thing that I thought I threw away. And like most manifestations, if you let something go, oftentimes when you're looking for something, you'll find something else instead. And during the time that I was looking for these items that I thought that I had either given away or thrown away, I did indeed find things that I probably needed to address. I pride myself in being a minimalist. I forgot that window was open until it moved. I'm like, our reflex is amazing. Anyway, what was I saying? That threw me off. I do pride myself as a minimalist. Okay, I don't think that I keep up with. I am a sentimental. I will say that, and can hold on to things probably way longer than they should. I've had stuff that's disintegrate. Okay, but that doesn't mean I have a whole lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I am extremely abundant, but I do appreciate keeping my space pretty free and open. That's how I think the way that you handle your environment is a direct reflection of what's going on here. And I love things to be tidy, organized, open and free and airy. And that's exactly how my environment is. And so it is, however, the items that are there are very near and dear to my heart. And so anyway, upon looking for these other things, I found opportunities to get rid of a lot of stuff too. You know, um, I had a shredding party. You saw that. I put it in one of the videos at the end where I was shredding up a lot of documents that needed to go. Looking for those things inspired me being able to let go of a lot of other things, looking for those particular things. And once I let it go and I was at peace with the fact that, you know, everything happens for a reason, I found the stuff that I thought was gone. Pretty deep. So nothing is ever lost. It's not. It still exists in some realm unless you destroy it. And even then it still survives in your memory, maybe. But that's for whoever needs it. I'm not really sure what was, but I'm just going off of what the Spirit tells me. So, the Lord is your strength and my defense. Okay, let's start that over because I just literally just came up with that whole thing. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. Exodus 15:2. I wanted to say my defense and deliverance. And that's not even what this card said. No, I did say defense. Okay. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. Exodus 15:2. Maybe it was deliverance. He will deliver you though. God is our God forever and ever, and he will be our guide even to the end. I got these pairings before and I was like, Psalms 48:14. All right. Got 4 to go. 4 to go. So yeah, after, I don't even know. I have to go back and look and see how many miles we rode. If I had to guess, I feel like we might have rode like, let me think, 15 minimum. 15 miles minimum. Easy. But I feel like the number 17 is more appropriate. And my teenagers are such lightweights. I wanted to stay out all night. You know what I'm saying? We were out for, let's see, got there about 2:30. And we were home by like 7:30. Left about 6:30. Yeah. And it was funny because the city was just starting to pop to like the beach, downtown, up north. We were all around that area. And it was just starting to come alive as we were getting ready to pack up and go. And I'm like, I've taken my teenagers to parties before where they were allowed to come. And right as the party was getting started, boy, I'm like, it's about to turn up in here. And they're like, I'm gonna go home, go to bed. And I'm like, y'all not teenagers. There's no way. Are you serious? My oldest, no joke, has been 75 since he was born. He is like a 75-year-old man trapped. He's like Benjamin Button, you know. He didn't come out looking old, but he definitely came out with an old soul, okay? And no joke, it is almost summer. It feels like summer, right? It's almost summer. And he still go to bed at like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm not mad at it, you know what I mean? Because you got some teenagers that'll sneak out the house and do whatever they got to do to be out late and this and the third, but not mine. And I ain't complaining. I just think it's really interesting. Because I think I'm more of a rebel without a cause when it comes to wanting to kick it than they are. You know, I'll party all night if I ain't sleepy. Go home for what? Um, but then I have my modes where I just want to be home. And I'm a Taurus, so for the most part, we are homebodies. But I also have Sag in my chart, so it's like a Taurus Sag. That's quite opposing energy as far as I'm concerned. It's like homebody free spirit that want to be out and about. What? How does that work? Don't mind me. I'm just rearranging my candles. My OCD is kicking in. Don't judge me. All right. There we go. Get back to the cards. Okay. The name of the Lord is a strong fortress. The godly run to him and are safe. Proverbs 18:10. Grace and peace be yours in abundance. 2 Peter 1:2. Oh, I love that one. That's nice. Grace and peace be yours in abundance. Grace and peace. Please give yourself grace. Please, please. Do me that favor. Especially all you parents out there. You know, I know raising kids is tough. I've been doing it. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. And it sucks that we tend to, well, you really have no choice. No child comes with instruction books, right? No person comes with instruction books. And even if you've raised one, the second one is not likely to be like the other one, because mine are night and day, honey. I mean, I'm talking about straight up black and white different. Okay. One is all color, the other one is all black and white. So give yourself grace just as a human being. It doesn't even have to be a parent thing. Okay. Give yourself grace. We're going to make mistakes and we're going to learn from them. If you're smart, you will learn from your mistakes, right? And in peace, divine's kiss. I mean, there's nothing like peace. I would take peace over just about anything if I had to choose. Peace of mind, peace of being able to sleep at night, peace of just knowing that you're safe and you're secure and everything is all right. And so, yes, peace and no, grace and peace be yours in abundance. I speak that for you and me. I love it. I'm gonna have to memorize that one. 2 Peter 1:2. Like I ain't seen that card before, but I don't know. Tonight it hits different, The more I'm on this planet, the more I realize what's most important, which I think most people come to the conclusion, I hope, at some point, maybe younger than others, but peace and grace. Grace and peace. Yes. You can still have fun. You can still have adventure. But infused in there, some grace and some peace, baby. Throw in a good meal and I call that home. Because Tauruses love to eat. Speaking of which, my boys they made the most amazing. Like I just tell them, look, this is a theme, and cut them loose. I'm like, linguine, shrimp, and veggies, and I bought like a really nice, healthy Alfredo sauce, and they made some crescent rolls. Everything in our house is clean, and the fact that I've been able to find really affordable, fresh fruits, vegetables, and everything else in between, our grains, and I get as clean as we can get because again, we have different issues in our home that have to be respected. The body has to be respected, and when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And everything tastes amazing. That's the crazy part. That's a problem. Not only is it healthy, but it tastes amazing. Okay, I'm gonna shout out this one particular product. In Lucid Gravity, when you all are ready to let me be one of your drivers, holla at me. I'm your girl. But what is it called? Lesser Evil popcorn. My people. 3 cups. It's like 120 calories. 3 cups, and it's amazing. They use coconut oil. And then, okay, forget it. There's another one. Okay, here's a snack cheat code for you. All right, listen up, people. You get you some Lesser Evil popcorn. They have a couple of different flavors. I've only seen the 2. It's like a pink Himalayan and a something gold, Himalayan gold and pink Himalayan, whichever one you want. I think the difference is one is The pink one has like 190 milligrams of sodium versus 170. So if salt is an issue, pick the lesser evil. Okay. When they were babies, I used to do the unhealthy version, which is so crazy that they're older and I'm doing the healthier version. It should have been whatever. Doesn't matter. I used to do this mix with just, whatever random popcorn, peanut M&Ms, and mini marshmallows. Now that we know better, we do better. And so it's a lesser evil popcorn. Dandy's has vanilla flavored, gluten-free, non-GMO, blah, blah, blah. They're vegan marshmallows, okay? And I know vegan has a bad name, but when I tell you these marshmallows is fire, child, take it from me. So we do that with the mini marshmallows, and then there's a chocolate company called Unreal. I actually put a picture of this up. Look for that, or I put a reel up. It's somewhere on my social medias. It might even be on my YouTube. But anyway, I can't emphasize how amazingly tasty we're talking. Okay. So respect the temples. Get out there, do some research. You got Chat GPT, you got Gemini, you got Google, you got all these resources that'll tell you, put you on game. But there's some good stuff out here. You don't have to sacrifice anything financial. You just have to do a little legwork and doing some research. But I promise you, these boys went and made that, and then we had that for our dessert as we watched our movie for the night, which was Wreck-It Ralph. They wanted to watch it the night before and then wanted to double back and watch it again tonight because it's such a sweet little movie. It is. I could tell my boys are going to be girl dads. They're going to really be, because they're like, oh, Penelope is so cute. She's just so stinking adorable. Yeah, they're going to be good dads, especially girl dads. Okay, I got a card and I don't know where it went. Hold on a second, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm back. And so it was 3 cards. And yeah, I had to go like down in the jungle deep to get these cards. Okay. First one, and this will complete our blessed 7. So cool. Ciao. Cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Psalms 55:22. It's one of my favorites. God gives you that inner strength, that super strength to get through things. Diane Chapman. Learn the art of receiving too. Don't chase anything. What's meant for you is undeniably for you. And you may have to transform into the person to be capable of handling. But that's just preparation. But learn the art of receiving. I can do anything, excuse me. I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. We cannot always trace God's hand, but we can always trust God's heart. Charles H. Spurgeon. That one always makes me smile. The Lord is compassionate and merciful, slow to get angry, and filled with unfailing love. Psalms 103:8. But when He does get mad, boy, watch out. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. I think we got that the last time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your blessed 7. Now, on to our affirmation deck. Make sure you're always speaking over yourself in ways that what do they say? Don't write checks your ass can't cash. Make sure you're speaking things over yourself that you would absolutely desire to come to fruition, okay? Sometimes people get nervous, and they just start saying stuff. That's something that you really need to address, that's social anxiety. But don't let your anxiousness get you to spilling all your tea and saying stuff that you know you don't want to be true. Like, what does that look like? So let's say you're having a conversation, not you, someone else. I don't like doing that. Someone's having a conversation and they get to talking, like they say stuff like, they're such a klutz, or they're so stupid. I've had conversations with people, they're like, I don't want to say but blank am so stupid. I forgot to do X, Y, and Z. That is an affirmation, people. Anything after the words I am, you have to own. And I don't care if I'm just saying, that stuff still counts. The energy doesn't, the universe, listen, don't ever put yourself on a self-deprecating chopping block for the sake of a conversation. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? Always make sure that you're sprinkling affirmations that you desire to come into fruition, or you're reaffirming because it's already true. I mean, either way, it's already true. The minute that it comes out your mouth is true, okay? But just be mindful. Be mindful. Be aware. That's really the biggest thing. Be aware. Be mindful. I hear people say, I wasn't thinking. Why? Who's doing anything thoughtlessly? I know men can be like that, but at the same time, no excuse. All right. My potential to succeed is limitless. That is so true. We're going to pull 7 affirmation cards, by the way. And if ever I get 8, I call it that, the infinity, the holy infinity. So look out in the description for all the cards, because they will be there in case you missed it, wanted to go back, wanted to figure out what I was talking about. Sometimes I can speak quickly, although these days I feel like I'm slowing down a lot. These videos at night versus during the day got me rather subdued. So I feel like I don't talk as quickly as I would when I'm like, my battery's at 1,000% when I wake up in the morning. I wake up on 10, like, and then by night I'm like, see the difference? Did you see it? No, not really. Okay, I tried. I'm full of energy. I remember when I met my instructor, because I'm in class for spiritual gifts, and for whatever reason I got the date completely wrong. I don't know, I was going through some stuff at the time. I think I was like literally, excuse me, that's a big gulp. I was literally 2 weeks early, I think. And it was weird because my class would start on the 23rd, and I'm like, that's my favorite number. How did I botch that whole thing? Anyway, I think there was an issue with like administration or something. I got the wrong impression. And so my instructor was kind enough to jump on a video call with me real quick and kind of give me the 411 on what to expect. And as soon as I logged on, she goes, your energy is so bright. And I'm like, I haven't even said anything yet. How did you see that? But that's what that they teach you. They teach you so much stuff when it comes to energy and being able to read and to see. So yeah, I'm a little ball energy for certain. Okay. See how that self-awareness kicked in? I'm like, I'm not doing this right. All right. Give us some cards. You know what? I think you want to come out. All my problems have solutions. We got that the last time. Now, hold on now. I got 63 cards here. There's no way I'm pulling the same ones. But you know what? Whatever comes out is meant for you, dear viewer. So I ain't gonna buck against it. But just know, I am shuffling, okay? Oops. Where'd you go? Don't make me have to pause again. Oh my goodness. Where'd you go? No way. Okay, hold on. What's going on? All right. I don't know what's going on tonight. I am successful. Yes. And that is another card that we just had the other night. Come on, man. Okay. I am doing work that I enjoy and find fulfilling. That is so true. I love doing this, y'all. I mean, I do other things too, you know what I'm saying? But everything I do, I truly, genuinely enjoy. And it don't listen. It took me some time to get here, but I started speaking because I used to. Oh my god, I remember being in a different role in my career and thinking there has to be more to life than just this. It has to be. It has to be. And I would say about a decade ago, I was dreaming of the life that I live right now. And that's what I'm saying. Like, just keep reaffirming in your speech, in your conversation. The more you get to know me on this platform, you'll hear me say things that are really just reaffirming my desires, you know? And time is fluid. So don't get hung up on the, if it's real right now. None of that matters because in some timeline, you know what the dopest thing is? If you have any type of photo app, right? I'm assuming because I only have iPhone, so. But I know you can type in a date, and every date that something, or at least I know with me, I don't even want to talk about how many pictures and videos I have. It's almost disgusting. But I know if I type in, say, March 9th, and every March 9th, it's going to show me whatever happened all those years that I have March 9th pictures. So the March 9ths to come, and I'm still alive, obviously. Time is fluid at the point. So don't get hung up on whether or not it's tangibly now, because it's now at some point. We live in perpetual now. And so it will become a now reality. You just have to get lost in the sauce and just allow it to occur. I remember, especially when I remember one day I was on the unit and I was quite tired and morale was low. And I was that nurse that used to go around and kind of rub people's backs and go, "You doing all right? You okay? You good?" I was the nurse's nurse. I wanted to help my coworkers feel better, help us get through the day because energy is contagious. And I'm always a little fireball energy. So I wanted to check on my people. And when people would ask me how I was doing, I was like, "Oh, I'm great. I'm at home in the shower. I'm just waiting on my body to catch up." You know what I mean? I would say stuff like that. And so you got to learn how to give yourself a pep talk. Give yourself a really good pep talk. All right. Back at it. I'm getting better at this shuffling business. Okay. The point of life is balance, not perfection. The point of life is balance, not perfection. Okay. Any perfectionists out there? That's a tough one, ain't it? That is a tough one. Especially if you have a type A personality. And believe it or not, I do have a type A personality. Or is it obvious? I did say that I like organization and tidiness, so I guess it is obvious. But yeah. So I think I've dealt with perfectionism. Maybe not the clinical definition of perfectionism, but definitely wanting to give enough effort where it was damn near perfect. Okay. Or at least in my eyes. I've always wanted to do the best I could do. I've always wanted to be the best version of myself in any given moment. Can anyone else relate out there? Okay, so how many cards we got? Because I'll shuffle these forever. They feel so good in my hands. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and I got 2. That's the blessed 7. Okay. No infinities there. I have the power to create change. You do. Even if you think you don't, you're more in control than you think. I think sometimes we we get boxed into the circumstance as it is. But when you remove just even that circumstance and think of the infinite possibilities that could be, I mean, really, be open. I am enough. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are your 7 affirmations. All right. Why 7, huh? All right. So many moons ago, when I was still I wasn't quite a baby nurse anymore. I was a little bit seasoned. I had a couple years under my belt at that point. I remember having a conversation, yeah, because my boys were still little. So I was probably maybe about 3-4 years in. And was working with a group of ladies that were absolutely wonderful at that time of my life. And I remember having a conversation with one of my girls, and she said, okay, I want you to write down everything you want in a partner. I had this absurdly long list. And she said, okay, now I want you to narrow it down to 7. And I was like, what? It took me half the day to write this. And you want me to narrow it down to 7? And so after much thought, I narrowed it down to 7. And she said, yeah, you want to marry Jesus. And I was like, and so she called it the Blessed 7. And so this is kind of like my nod to that, when I do the keep calm and trust God cards, I think of the Blessed 7. So there's that. All right. So now we're on to our rethink. These are affirmation cards for a mindful life and daily actions. Okay. So if you like homework, get ready. And we're only pulling 2. Okay. We're only pulling 2 because then this video is going to be quite long if we do anything beyond that. And we still have our Namaste deck and our Bible Roulette. You know what? I didn't pre-do my I didn't pre-write out my our Baileys. So I'm gonna have to pause again. That's quite all right. Moving forward with clarity. Dun, 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 dun. Do I need lights for this? I think I do. Alexa, turn on left and right. It's right in here. Hey y'all. Okay. Get out. Let me tell you. So remember how I was talking about how I get contacts, Well, I always speak that every time I go to the optometrist, my prescription improves, right? At one point, my prescription was whatever legally blind qualifies as, okay? Without telling all my business. But anyway, and I finally looked at my prescription so I could order my contacts and realized that my prescription had improved to a previous prescription. And guess who had contacts this whole time that were still okay? Because contacts expire. And they're literally still good up until the end of this year. And I'm like, oh, the whole time. And you know what I thought? People will always say, or I have heard people say, you already have everything you need. And lately that is ringing so true. Even with finding the things that I thought that I had lost and now the contacts. And so guess who can see, y'all? And I didn't even realize the reason I couldn't see is because the contacts that I was looking through were stronger than I actually need, which means that my vision is improving, which goes back to what I was saying before. Affirm what you desire. Speak good things over your body. Okay. You will never hear moi say anything about being OLD ever. Okay. My motto is forever 23, and that ain't changing, honey. Moving forward with clarity, I gain vulnerable insights from my past experiences, using them as guiding lights to navigate my present and future with unwavering intuition, purpose, and a deep sense of self-awareness. I love it. And look at this little man sitting on the rocket. Yeah, nasty. Okay. All right. Sorry. Just had to re-up a little bit. All right. But I'm so glad I can see. Because baby was struggling. I'm like, what does that say? Only to realize, like, yeah, my eyesight has improved. Isn't that beautiful? I'm excited. See, and if I get my prescription to a certain number, a certain power, I can go back to my color contacts. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing then. Because I used to, let me tell you. So, as a baby D, I ordered some contacts, a specific color. I don't even remember what the color was at this point. I really don't even remember. But when I went to go pick them up, they had like some type of manufacturing defect, and I ended up with these ice gray contacts, and they were amazing. But they were a faux pas, they were a fluke. They couldn't replicate it. And so I just had to enjoy them for as long as I could, you know. But so the first and last time I had color contacts, and yeah, so I'm gonna keep speaking that my eyesight improves, because technically when you get to a certain power, unless that's not true anymore. Well, because of the type of contacts that I wear, that's what it is. They don't or didn't have colors in my prescription, but it's rapidly changing. Braveheart. Oh, I have the courage and bravery to face my fears and take risks. I trust in my abilities and know that I can handle any challenge that comes my way. I am strong and capable. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. The Lord has not given us a spirit of fear. Know your power. Know that you are powerful, and the God within you is strong. All right. A little namaste. And then we will move on to our Bible roulette. We'll burn some bay leaves, and we will be on our way, either to dreamland or funland, either, or simultaneously both. It all depends on how you see it. I'm gonna get on my cloud. What's my cloud? My big dumbass king size pillow over here. All right. Speak those things that aren't as though they were. Okay. And be brave enough to ask for your desires. Whatever lie you were told as a child that you couldn't have, what you want, burn it up in your bay leaf. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to burn, the bay leaves, the lies. We're going to burn the lies away, okay? And set you free, baby doll, because nothing is impossible. The impossible is impossible, okay? And there is no impossible. In one shape or form, what you desire is absolutely possible. And what you want wants you back. So we're going to do 2 namaste. And we're going to get in this Bible. I really thought about it earlier, like, it's time to invest in a new one. And something was like, no, of course not. Oh, maybe that was the one I was supposed to. Can I grab it? Reflect and grow. Oh, gosh. Tongue tied. Okay. Look in the mirror. Okay. There's a mirror right in front of me. Look in the mirror when you have a chance. This exercise will expose the things that are hard to swallow. Oh man, I did this back in 2017. That was tough. But it got me here. And so, yeah. When you see your reflection, try to bring to the surface the things that you need to improve on. This can make you feel a little sad, but this is just the first part of the exercise. Take all the things that you need to improve and tell yourself that you are good at them. Tell yourself that you will try harder to get better at them. Excuse me. This will seem silly and maybe a little difficult at first, but if you are consistent with this exercise, you will look at the mirror one day and realize that you have improved. The things you fell a little short on are now assets to your character. Reflect and grow. I think I put that as a post once. We don't deflect, we reflect and grow. Literally, I did make that a post. That might be the name of one of my videos, actually. And I just got this deck, so I'm on to something. And if you've made it this far, thank you, love. I hope that you are enjoying our time together as much as I am, which I don't know if that's possible. Sometimes I look and I'm like, wait a minute. I'll watch the video afterwards, like, the hell is that braid doing? Okay, so we got one more namaste. Oh, there it goes. And we'll move on to the Bible. Let it out. Let it out. As I take a sip of my lemon water. Let it out. Okay. Breathe in everything good. Let's take a deep breath right quick. And breathe out everything negative. With every breath out, breathe out something unnecessary. Negative thoughts, emotions, memories, whatever is weighing you down. Let it out through your breath. Do this 8 times, breathing in several calms. Breathing in general calms the body. Okay, let me restart that. Do this 8 minutes. Do this for 8 minutes. Breathing in general calms the body down and relaxes the mind. Intentionally letting go of negativity with every breath out will allow you to feel lighter and even more powerful. Speaking of letting it go, yesterday was the strawberry moon. And before we made our adventure back from the city, we stopped at one of my favorite places, which is Augustine's, which is like spiritual R Us, like Toys R Us, spiritual R Us. And I was talking to my good girlfriend in there, Anna, and I was like, what's something that we can do for this strawberry moon? And she knows myself and my boys. And she said, this moon is all about letting go, releasing, So before you head home and you guys are going to be on the water and all that, she gave us some Apache tears stones. Each of us intuitively picked our own stone. And we went to the lake and we stated out loud everything that we were letting go of, that we were releasing. And we threw our rocks in the water. Very powerful thing to do. And you don't necessarily have to go that far, but you do want to set the intention that you actively begin to let go and release things that no longer serve you, whether it be through meditation, burning bay leaves, whatever resonates with you. Make it a point. Instead of holding on to stuff that just irks your soul or hurts you in some way, let it dissolve and melt away. There's a meditation I like to do with the heart chakra. It's green. And you envision your heart in the middle of your chest and you think about how it looks. A vibrant green heart, but if there's anything black surrounding it when you envision it, that represents all the negative hurt and pain and all the stuff that you've been holding on to. And you learn how to ground yourself in such a way where you can send all that negative energy to the center of the earth to be neutralized out. So you sit with your feet on the floor and you think of your tailbone being tethered to the center of the earth. You sit with that feeling for a little bit. And then you envision your heart in the middle of your chest, green and vibrant. And you scan yourself for anything that you can visualize where you may have been holding on to anything negative. And you just send that mess straight down to the center of the earth, away from you, and let it stay there and neutralize out and release it. Okay. All right. Busted Bible Roulette. New Living Translation. All right, Spirit. What is the word, bird? What shall the collective and I get to feast on before we go to sleep? Okay, 50 minutes in. Boy, this time be flying. And it's funny because when I start out, I'm like, okay, I never know how these things are going to go, obviously, because everything is intuitive. And it's just amazing how the time just flies by. That's how you know you're having fun. I hope you're having fun. And I appreciate you. So thank you once again. All right. And the word for this evening is hold on one second. This is interesting. Give me 1 second. Okay, I was really torn because I fell on Ecclesiastes, but Proverbs 31 verse 10 is staring me in the face like, read me. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take it. We're going to take Proverbs 31 and Ecclesiastes 1 and 2. Dang. Now I want 3 too. Okay. Ecclesiastes 1 through 3 and Proverbs 31. All right, cool. So for Proverbs, I highlighted and underlined, so we got to talk about it. A wife of noble character. This is Proverbs 31:10. I'm gonna contact this guy super dry. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. It's like, where's the squeegee when you need it? Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will gently enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax, and as I underline so deeply, what the hell is this? Wait a minute, what? And and busily spins it. Excuse me. I underlined it. I can't even see it. She is like a merchant's ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. She goes to inspect a field and buys it with her earnings and plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. Her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor and opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothing. Wait a minute. She has no fear for the winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. Okay. Then we go down to 25. She is clothed with strength and dignity. This one contact child is like, I hate her. She laughs without fear of future. fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. So beautiful. I mean, literally. Can you see that? Probably not. Just take my word for it. Where is my pencil? We always have to write down the date, because at this point, I done been all through this bad boy. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so what's really interesting is that I highlighted, but I did not underline anything. And this book is not that long. So, just straight out the bat, these are the words of the teacher, King David's son, who ruled in Jerusalem. The teacher. Everything is meaningless. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher. Completely meaningless. What do people get for all their hard work under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth never changes. The sun rises and the sun sets, then hurries around to rise again. The wind blows south and then turns north. Around and around it goes, blowing in circles. Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full. When the water returns again to the rivers and flows out again to the sea, everything is worrisome beyond description. No matter how much we see, we are never satisfied. No matter how much we hear, we are not content. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. Sometimes people say, here is something new, but actually it is old. Nothing is ever truly new. We don't remember what happened in the past. And in future generations, no one will remember what we are doing now. Teacher speaks the fatality of wisdom. I, the teacher, was the king of Israel, and I lived in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to search for understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that God has dealt a tragic existence to the human race. I observed everything going on. You ever meet a pessimist? I think I'm reading about one right now. And I mean, yeah, I get it, but that's the thing I love about the Bible is that you think that things are going one way, but the point of it is something truly to be interpreted. And so I did not actually underline anything here in this entire book. I did highlight specific chapters of it, like 3. Something in 6. The future determined and unknown. And wisdom of life in 7 and 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisit classes. I can't even say it now. I'm going to revisit this book and I'll put in the description my interpretation of it. I don't have any nuggets to give because I didn't underline anything here, but I did highlight those specific chapters. And so it's time to burn some bay leaves. I'll be right back. All right. So go ahead and set your intentions of something positive and wonderful that I can agree with you. nothing against anyone's will, and for the betterment of everyone involved, and I will believe along with you. We are also setting the intention that we release anything, anyone that no longer serves us, that probably never did serve us, including the lies of our childhood or anything that you've lied to yourself about, okay? And I really, truly hope that you have enjoyed this time with me, because I most certainly have with you. Alexa, stop. Let's burn it all away, shall we? And we welcome in the new by releasing the old. All right. And yes, I have a fire safe dish. All right, my loves. This is the end of our time together. I hope you have enjoyed as much as I have. And yeah, when I don't post, trust and believe I'm thinking of you. I just get tired and I have to get some rest and honor myself. And so I'll always be back. So in the meantime, stay wonderful, stay blessed, stay hydrated, stay positive, stay mindful, stay tuned, and most of all, stay loved. Okay? Bye.